Mocha Z and Kirsten G. Beautiful, strong queens, come and listen to 3. Peace and love comes naturally. Powerful, outspoken women listen happily.
Right. Listen, that is literally my favorite part of the song. I love the whole song, but that's literally my favorite part. So we found out last week that y'all really couldn't jam with us.
We look a little crazy.
The way we was jamming, because y'all couldn't really hear the music. So we tried to change that this week. So let us know if y'all can hear that wonderful intro that was done by Zan's nieces.
Yeah, my nephew did the track and my 2 nieces did the lyrics. And
let us know if y'all heard it because we love it. I mean, I'll be all in the ums like I can sing.
It's an awesome song.
Right, definitely. Welcome
to
the new episode of POW Radio. So look, before we jump into figuring out what's going on with Kirsten, I want to drop off some knowledge. If you've missed any other promos this week, tonight we're going to talk about doubt. Who taught you doubt? So get ready. Go ahead and drop your comments, concerns in the Facebook Live or on Instagram Live. And when we get to the topic, make sure we delve into that conversation with you guys. But before we get there, what has been going on with Kirsten G?
I don't even know what's really been going on with me, but what's going on with this weather? Like, I feel like it is extremely cold outside. And I prepared, for winter, but I feel like I'm still not prepared. Like, I feel like I need a bigger coat. So I've been trying to research and find a bigger coat than what I have right now. And it just seems like in Atlanta, they have given us, like, the thin coats. They haven't really given us, like, a sturdy coat.
Because there's no real winter.
Well, I feel like they're discriminating against us in Atlanta that I cannot find an actual coat.
Go to Walmart.
I did see Walmart that had some really good coats.
Like a thick coat?
I mean, they had the old school Mary J. like, boom, boom,
like the Keisha Cole fat.
Yep.
What
the bubble coat.
What was that called?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Baby fat. That's what it was. I'm like, what's the name of the coat?
That's what's going on with Kirsten. I'm trying to find a coat. Like last week I was doing Christmas. I've been all in the Christmas spirit. Now I'm just like, I'm freezing.
Now she need a coat.
Yes. And
see why it's always something going on with you.
It's freezing now.
You never really know what you're going to get.
And I'm still like, I put my heater on finally, but I'm still looking at it like, I probably could go one more week. Like, if I could just hold on. But I was like, nah.
Just put on more layers.
What?
You don't have to turn the heat on. Just put on more layers.
She was offended by it.
I know. How dare you?
Layers.
You know what? I don't got no control over your heat. Go right ahead.
You know what?
Turn that heat on.
You're right.
But I do feel like when you at home, you should not have to layer up.
Exactly. I like to just be a little free, but then like warm free. But it seems like what I'm doing in my head actually does not make sense. Like where you have, like a little cute tank and, your leggings or whatever. But
you're going to have to turn that heat on.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like first the winter is just being disrespectful. I should not have to layer up in my own home, turn the heat on, and then feel like if I gotta go outside that it's just a war that's just gonna happen because it's just that cold outside. It's gonna be a cold winter. I feel like Game of Thrones. Like
it's not that cold.
Oh my God, Kirsten.
It is freaking cold outside. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm born and raised in Georgia, and
you should probably check.
Yeah, check your iron.
You know what? My doctor did tell me I need to like invest in like some iron pills.
Oh yeah, is that an investment?
Yes, I have to get myself better. So if I want myself better, that's an investment.
Speaking of getting yourself better, how is the 30 days of self-care going?
Actually going great. I decluttered so much crap out of my house. Like it was just nonsense in there. I had 5 robes. Why do I need 5 robes?
I'm scared.
5 days of the week? I don't know.
I wasn't doing nothing with those robes. So there is like a soup kitchen that's like down the street from where it's like downtown. So I took it there so that they can have some things. I mean, somebody's walking around with Victoria's Secret.
You're gonna see people in your robes like Coming to America.
So I thought that that was like my gift back. I get back a lot of stuff, and I didn't even ask for a tax credit. Like, and most of the time, that's why people do give away things.
Yeah.
But this one was great. So decluttering my home for the 30 days 30 days of self-care. So that process took a minute and I feel great now. Like have you felt that clean feeling in your home? But now I gotta layer up in my home. Like that is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out, guys.
With the layer up.
I'm getting around to that clean feeling.
So
my parents came in town today, so all last night I was like trying to like clean up and act like my house is always clean before they got here. Yes, my mother so knows me. Yeah. But I did so much that I've been meaning to do. So I was patting myself on the back, but of course my mom was like, "I just got here," and I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, Mom."
If only you would have seen it yesterday.
Right. I appreciate her though. I do. I truly do. But that declutter part of my life,
oh my God,
is definitely going to be a major transition for me. Like I've started the process on multiple occasions, but I have not completely decluttered anything.
I do have a question, and this is probably for our audience out there. I still have CDs and DVDs that I need to get rid of.
Me too.
But I need somewhere to file them or to store them because digitally, so that I can just like play them later on. Because I'm storing them, but it's just like I'm taking up extra real estate that I don't really need anymore.
Well, they do have services where you can pay somebody to do that, or you can buy a machine that does it. My mom has that too. But I still have DVDs and
a machine
I still got
what?
cassette tapes.
I still have VHSs from back when we did the beat.
No, I mean cassette, like you put it in.
I have a few cassette tapes. I haven't taken it that far.
I'm keeping those. They have memories.
Nostalgia.
Can anybody help me since they want to just stay here? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure one day,
we're not growing.
Maybe in 40 years it's gonna be worth so much money. But right now, at this moment, I want to get rid of my CD.
I know.
I mean, I was looking at a couple.
I have boxes.
I got a
Jeezy
like CD, like a Jeezy CD. I actually still have a friend to this day who goes and buys CDs. Like, you can literally just download it on your phone. Right. She has to have the CD.
But I like that better, actually, because I stream everything like everybody else. But it annoys me because, like, if you don't pay your feed and they block your... Like, is it really mine? Or am I just borrowing it? When I have my CD, I have my CD. I bought the CD. It's mine.
I'm with you.
I don't got to pay a monthly. I don't got to... do none of that,
to listen to something that I already paid for. I'm with you, girl. Now that makes some sense.
Yeah, so I actually would prefer to have the CD, record, and or tape.
Not and or tape. If you're an artist out there, you're still making tapes, please comment below.
Hey, I like tapes, okay? I still like tapes.
I just wonder if
there is somebody who would buy the
tapes. Is always easy to repair. Yeah.
Oh, with the pencil and roll.
Yeah, you just get a little tape.
My first tape that I can recall was the Friday soundtrack because I love the song Mary Jane by Rick James.
Really?
I'm in love with Mary Jane.
My first tape was Mint Condition, Pretty Brown Eyes.
Oh, I love that
was my
song.
First single.
Mine was Anita
Baker. That was just that I could remember. I don't know really what my first
and it really wasn't even my tape, though. It was my mom's tape. It was Anita Baker. But I used to just love her voice for some reason.
I like Anita.
Yes.
So I hate that I never went to see her in concert before she stopped doing concerts.
I was going to say, did she pass?
No, ma'am.
The way you set that up,
the way you did set up, it was not like good.
Precious Anita Baker is still alive and well. Okay, yes.
So comment below, you guys. I really want to know how can I get all the DVDs and all the CDs out of my house. I don't actually. If you want to buy my collection, just hit me up.
Oh, she's trying to get rid of them for real.
I really want to get rid of them. I don't want anything else that I just don't need anymore.
This is some serious declutter, and she needs to know how to stay warm
in her own house without turning.
That I pay bills.
So many stipulations to these requests. I can't wait to hear these random facts. What's going on?
Well, just some simple random facts today. Nothing to get you guys all confused. Y'all was lost yesterday.
Oh, we were so lost.
We were so
and then
lost.
I watched the video.
Did y'all even go back to look at the material?
I did read what you posted. And then I was laughing at the video because I was quick trying to read off your phone. I was like, why was I trying to read?
I think we both was like this. Like, I was like waiting for a punchline or something, but it never came.
What was I doing? I was like, oh, God.
So I got some fun ones. So you know how when we take pictures, everybody says, say cheese. Mm-hmm. Well, in the 1800s, they used to say prunes. And at first I was was like, why? But when I thought, you know how everybody does the little pout lips, so maybe that's why. You know.
The fact
Do you know the first person who ever smiled in a picture?
I don't know, but it
I
goes
want
back
you
to
to do that for random
1840s.
facts.
The 1840s, they used to say prunes.
But why? I wonder
Everybody
why they
says
say
prunes.
cheese now. Though. I just
Probably
figured it's
because
because
when
of
you
your
say
teeth.
cheese, yeah, you can see your teeth.
So in the 1840s, they didn't want to see teeth.
Probably not, because they probably didn't brush right.
No
in the
dentist or
1840s.
nothing like that.
What?
Probably.
There was in a while.
All kind of halitosis and probably.
Practice saying prunes.
Okay,
For your poop, your pout lips.
Right. See, pout lips.
Prunes.
Yeah.
I think you guys just
can't.
made that up. It doesn't even make sense.
Well, it is. Okay, another fact.
Comment below if you knew that.
If you knew that. I didn't know that. In the Philippines, they sell spaghetti at McDonald's.
I can believe that.
Yeah, I don't want no spaghetti from McDonald's.
I feel like every other around the world, they have healthier
Their only
franchise options.
I don't
except
really
for us.
want what McDonald's have now.
I was just about to say, I'm not a McDonald's fan.
You
But they
have
actually cook
spaghetti?
like for real, like you can, especially like
It's
in the
probably
UK,
better in overseas.
way
But
better.
I have noticed, like, just in traveling to a few different countries, that those popular chains do add some of their local fare.
Well,
to
yeah, that
their-
makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? To their menu.
Yeah, but is it just as bad as the regular fare?
I don't know.
No, I think
don't know. I mean, maybe
they
spaghetti
have
is a
different
big
laws
thing
though.
in that
Like
area.
they can't sell different things per that country's law.
Right. They
And then it's
still-
a franchise, so they
They
probably
have
have
to
to
keep
determine.
certain stuff.
Yeah.
But the quality is probably still not good.
I think the quality is way better.
You
You
do?
can literally get like, I think I went to McDonald's in Europe and it was the best burger ever. And I mean, like, I had like a fish, whatever it is,
fish
but
fillet.
yeah, or something. Maybe it was chicken something. Maybe it was a chicken burger or something. Real chicken.
You sure?
It
Real.
always tastes.
Yes, girl. It was
I will
better.
say this though, traveling abroad, the food does taste different, and it sometimes seems better because of where they get their products from. Like so,
Fresher.
yeah, from like
Yeah.
when I went to Singapore for a couple of months, most of their meat and stuff was from Australia, not from the U.S.
Or the lab.
or or the lab. Right, so it
Right.
tasted different. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Aussie.
And for some people, it might have been fresher, you know, whatever. It just kind of had a, but I personally just thought it was just the seasoning. It was kind of bland.
Yeah, and it's just probably different flavor and stuff that they use that your palate is used to,
Mm-hmm.
which is
I
curious.
was so nervous. Whenever I travel international, I'm always so nervous to try their local food because my biggest fear traveling international is getting sick and having to be at one of their hospitals.
Oh yeah.
So I'm always
Yeah,
so
and
very cautious.
I always just think eat vegetables.
But a lot of people are foodies.
Don't
So
eat
when
meat.
they travel, they like
You don't
to,
know what
they
their
like to
meat is.
taste all the
But I
different
don't know.
foods, and I'm just
That's
I'm too
probably
nervous for
me.
that.
I want to try everything.
Yeah, I'm too
that
nervous.
looks safe to me.
The way my digestive system is set up, it ain't set up for that.
Yeah, I don't know how my digestion system is set up, but my mind is set up to I can't deal.
My
I
mind
want to
and
try all the
I can't
local
deal.
stuff there. Like, ooh, okay. And then I eventually turned into a local for some reason.
I have a niece like that.
Yeah,
She'll
that's
try
you.
anything, which I think is very brave and it's cool, and I wish I could do that, but no, I just can't. Okay, and then the last fact
How we got
is, I know we just went on. Well, if you guys have traveled overseas and you have tried different kind of cuisines or anything, please share that. And the last thing, the dunce cap. Did you know that it was actually first used as a sign of intelligence and not?
I feel like I've
The
heard
what?
that in the
The dunce
past.
cap. You know, the tall, look like a cone.
Cone.
And they used to, well, when I knew about it, it was not a good thing. It was like,
Mhm.
yeah, like you're dumb.
I mean, we never did that. I never saw any of that done in
No.
school or anything like that. But you
Yeah.
would see it on TV shows
yeah.
or movies when you got in trouble or you said something bad or
Mhm.
stupid or whatever. They put that little cap on you and put you in the corner. You never
Right.
seen a
So
movie
it
or-
technically means that you are intelligent because it's the unknown is that I don't understand. So now you are.
or you're not fitting into the
You're
norm.
not fitting
Right.
into the norm.
I like that.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah. But until like the 1500s, it was a sign of intelligence if someone had a dunce cap. After the
Oh.
1500s, they start hating and just,
I wonder who made this the terminology that says it's no longer a thing of honor, but now it's of ignorance.
It just says that it just became less popular, I guess, in the style. And it just started to become a joke as opposed to being popular. I guess people didn't like the whole cone head look anymore, so
I mean, it's
Well,
weird,
that's
but like, I mean, they could have.
But that just
did
shows
something
you how
else.
things can just change all the time. Hey, we don't like that no more. It don't mean that no more. We're gonna make it mean this now.
It's like
going
fashion.
forward.
This is
cycle
out.
of
This
life.
is in.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. This
Yeah.
is in, now it's not in no more. So yeah, we
The
don't want
cycle of
pointy
life.
hats anymore. So that's my random facts, people.
Yeah.
Comment below if you knew any of those facts, or if you have any random facts that you'd like me to share next week. I'll be glad.
I have one. I wanted
Okay.
you to
I'm
figure
curious
out
as if anybody
who was the
even
first
know
person
those.
to ever smile in a picture.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But if you find that out, just let me know.
Well, I only
That's gonna
asked that
take
because
too
I was
much research.
watching. It's like 100 Ways to Die in the West, that movie. But basically, they had this photo of the first person who ever smiled.
Who was it?
And it looked awkward, I'm sure.
Yes.
They probably looked like they was under duress.
Yeah.
Maybe they had some prunes.
They said cheese if they was showing teeth. They didn't say prunes.
I'm sure it looked awkward. Whatever it was.
Yes. Well, that's my random facts, ladies.
Random facts with Z.
Random You need your own little intro.
No,
Random
I'm
facts
good.
with Z.
I'm
Random.
good. Thank
I
y'all.
tried.
Appreciate y'all.
I
I was
tried.
like, Jordan.
No.
I know. You know how we get. Yeah.
Y'all stay making
Everything
a song.
everything is a song.
Everything is a song.
Listen, I'm interested to know when you guys comment below about the random facts. Not only if you knew those random facts, but if that would ever come up in a conversation.
No.
Most of the random facts that I find out rarely come up in a conversation.
But then I've noticed, like, there's been multiple conversations that we've had, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, you just kind of pop up. And not that it's definitely random, but it kind of always intertwines with something we're talking about. So it's just weird that
I just
know those
I just be
things.
knowing stuff, and then when y'all talk
You
about
know
it,
a
it's
lot
like,
of random
oh
facts.
yeah,
Exactly.
That's saying.
And then I'll be thinking to myself, would that ever
Like,
come
why
up
did
in
she
another
even-
conversation?
Not
with
unless there was
somebody else?
another Z that was there. And then they were like,
It has to be her.
did you know 1947? Like, how do you not know that? Come on, 1947.
I like information. I like gathering intel. So
God, I gotta change my circle. Y'all know about 1947.
Where did you come from? How did you not know that people used to do prunes when they?
you know what?
How did you not know that?
Okay.
Hilarious.
Everybody
Stop saying
needs a
that
Zan
now.
for real. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm crying over here.
I'm telling you,
Just to
you
make
would
the
be
conversation
amazed at the
interesting.
stuff that I know just because of her and her
Yeah.
random facts.
Just
Now
to
they
make
have
it
never come up again.
But they are great for that moment.
But if they do, I am armed and ready.
Hey,
You
they
hear me?
come up often enough for you guys to appreciate.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. But I can't wait to use one of them. I'm just gonna let y'all.
came up up this week for me
What came up?
because I was having the Fruit Loops. Fun
The
fact.
Fruit
They
Loops?
all
Oh,
have the same flavor.
Look at that.
Having a whole conversation with my friend about some cereal because we went
Mhm.
back and forth.
You are
And it was
now
like, 'cause
the
they
new
different
Zan of
colors.
this group.
And I was like, no, boo, but they all are the same flavor.
Like we just talked about this on How.
Did you feel like I know something you don't know?
I did. I said, you don't believe me? Go look it up.
Go look it up. Yes,
And
boo.
then it was like,
Don't
sorry.
believe me.
Google it. Google it, boo. Or DuckDuckGo it. We learned that last
DuckDuckGo
week. DuckDuckGo it.
Because my friend's so hell bent on trying to prove me wrong, but that's just Capricorn in me. I'm right.
All the time.
You should have been like, ha ha.
That's
See, they do come
good.
up. See? And don't it feel good to just share something new that somebody didn't know and just put them on a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
I bet you guys want to know who we're talking to.
You will find out one day.
One day. While we're chatting, though, do we have any comments?
We do.
Facebook or IG.
From Facebook, Shannon Vaughn Broughton said, I didn't know those random facts. And no, they will more than likely never come up in conversation. And John Prince said, hi, sunshines.
Hey, sunshine.
Hey.
They joke on me all the time because I say hi, sunshine.
Everybody is sunshine.
Everybody is. Even at work, I'd be like, good morning, sunshine. But he likes to joke on me. He's like, everybody is sunshine? Yes.
Somebody cloud. I'm just
Not somebody clouds. Listen, even if they are clouds, I'm trying to change that. All right?
Okay.
Bring you into the sunshine.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Even in the winter right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to let this joy
I
kind
haven't
of
even seen the
permeate
sunshine.
throughout.
Right. Any more comments?
All right, so listen.
I'm ready to get into this
I'm
topic.
so ready to get into this topic. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the promo or have even started thinking about it, but the moment that the question was posed to us as a group, my wheels were spinning and turning. So the question was simply, who taught you doubt? And just as my wheels were spinning and turning, I feel like doubt is a learned thing because it typically comes from fear or from failure. And this is just my personal thing. I think doubt comes from fear of failure because if you fear something and you doubt you can never do it. If you failed at it once, then you doubt you can never do it. And then that just permeates through society. So you can either learn it from just failure yourself, or it could just be a fear that's been instilled in you from somebody else who failed.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes doubt within you. What do you guys think? What do you think, Z?
Well, I thought of that because I was in therapy and we were going through, I do hypnotherapy, and part of the process at the beginning is like an interview where she's asking you different questions about different things. And one thing she asked is like, name or tell me about a time where you felt like, you were invincible, or and then it just dawned on me like, you know what, when I was a kid, I never thought that I could not do anything. That was not even a thought. I didn't even have an idea. It was just like whatever we talked about as kids, whatever we said we were going to do, we just did it. It was never oh, wait a minute, or, and then that made me think like, well, when did I learn that I couldn't do stuff? Like what part of my life did I realize, or was I taught, or, that something said, you can't do that. I can't pinpoint a place, but I know that there is a significant difference because growing up as a child, even in the hood and all this, that, and the third, that was never even a thought in my mind that there was nothing that I could do.
I think for me, I agree with Zan that I feel like as a kid, I could do anything and everything. I didn't think there was a bad idea. Sometimes to this day, I still don't think things are still like a bad idea. I feel like I just still try it. But I think that there are certain seeds or things are planted that we then are like, we take it and we're like, oh, I can't do this. And it's like the key words, like, I don't know, have you ever been out, like, to even, being in customer service or being in different restaurants or whatever, and they say, oh, I can't do this, or you can't do this, or you can't do this. And then, sometimes they try to tell you, well, what you can do. But we've heard, I can't do this so many times. We are actually programming ourselves to think that we can't do something. Yeah. So I feel that it's just a lot of what we allow to come into our lives that we have trained ourselves to doubt ourselves. It's not even the fact that you couldn't do it. Maybe you're not great at it, but it's right. You don't tell yourself that you can't do it. But because we've taken it for so long, through years, it started off as one day. Like, oh, girl, you can't do a split.
Right.
Girl, you can't. Right. You can't double touch. You can't.
Right. As a kid, you'd be like, yes, I can. Watch. And you would do it. As a grown-up, you'd be like, well, maybe.
Girl, maybe I don't have it.
Or as a kid, you was like, yes, I can. You got there and fall on your face. And you be like, maybe
at least I tried.
Yes, as a kid. But as adults, just about to say, as adults, we don't do the trying part a lot of times. I personally feel like,
I like that, though.
I don't know if I really have doubt in a lot of areas in my life, but I do know that I am hesitant about doing it. So, like, if something happens and I'm like, oh, I should try that or I should do that, then the Capricorn in me wants it all to be perfect. So I'm going to time it to where, yes, I will still, like, I'm not going to doubt that I can't do it, but I'm going to do it when I know that it's going to work for me. So I don't know if that's really doubt or fear.
I think it's fear.
I think for me it's fear. I still think that I can do everything.
Me too.
I just have fear of stepping out to do it now.
Yeah.
I'm hesitating to do a lot of things now, but it's more so of, like you said, just talking myself into all these different what ifs and
what if.
And I notice that when I don't think about it and I just do it, like if I get the idea that I want to do this, and then just do it, I do it. Like, with no problem, not perfect, but very well, But when I think about it and I just start chopping it up, then I'll be like, nah, I just don't even try. That try factor, like,
and
at least
sometimes
I
that
did
process
it,
is so
like,
long,
no.
you forget about it. You just like, whatever, I'll
do it later.
Yeah,
like,
I'm actually in the process of that now. Like, I'm just so fearful of the what ifs, and I'm like, when did I put this in my head? It's like, literally, a few years ago, especially my 20s, I was like, boom, I could do whatever.
You ain't still in your 20s.
Yes. I may look like it, but I am not. But I was like, I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna start 8 businesses today.
Oh, yes, I remember the days.
And I would literally do those, and now I'll just be like, I'm fearful of just going down the path, even though I know I'm great at it. I'm good at it, but it's like the what ifs, and then you start comparing yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say
I think for me
part.
with that, because I'm so used to doing everything, I think the transition is me learning how to still be able to do things without having to actually do them myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I have an idea and I'm like, okay, we got to do this, I'll ask somebody to help maybe, but really I'm doing everything. And so I'm to the point now to where I'm learning how to still be able to get things done, but let other people do certain things in the process.
I think my part is when you want to do something, but then you're asking other people for validation, and it then pushes the process of you starting it like longer and longer. Then you're like, oh, well, what do you think of this? I'm like, why are you asking all of these people? You are the source. You have.
I can remember a time when you were really stuck in that space. I remember having several conversations with you on those multiple businesses that you wanted to start. And one of the biggest things that you used to do, and I don't know where you are now, but you would always compare the business idea that you had to what somebody else that was doing something similar to you.
Yes.
Like where their path is, where they're going, and where they are now. And I used to always tell you, Kirsten, that doesn't matter what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because your path is yours. Like what your business idea has nothing to do with theirs. It may be similar, but it is not yours.
I know. And I feel like I'm still there. I don't know what happened in the transition of me just being so afraid of just stepping out and just being great. I know what I'm doing. I know that I can do it, but it's just like, well, what if it doesn't work, or what if it doesn't do this?
But what if it doesn't? What happens?
I don't know.
Like I feel like the only thing, but I feel like the only thing that's on the other side of that fear is just you being right back where you started, and you're comfortable in that space.
Yes.
So why not stop? Get rid of the doubt and step out there. You know what I'm saying? Because if it doesn't work, if the what ifs populate, then all you end up being is the same person you were or the same job you were doing before you even stepped out. So nothing changes about your comfortable zone. You have to be uncomfortable in order to not doubt. Girl, these headphones gonna kill me.
Just in sitting here thinking about it, I think, I don't know what time this happened, but I think the change was, as a child, I was just thinking about me, or even not even conscious that I was just thinking about me. As I start growing older and being more aware of the people around me, then I started to value the external more so than the internal that I already knew. I guess as a child didn't know I knew, but I had. So I started to value the people around me. So it's like if they say, yeah, you could do this, then that made me like, oh yeah, that's confirmation of what I know.
Yeah.
And then if they say, oh well, maybe not, or then it's like, ooh, maybe not.
Because as you get older, you feel like you need that support system, even if it's you doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs support, because it's that thing that just lets you know that you can do it and you're not alone, and somebody's there that have your back, and they're going to just be there with you. And that's that comfort that everybody needs. Like I say with Keisha, but Keisha motivates me. When I promise you, I could come up with any idea in this world.
You want to start a dog park.
And Keisha is like, girl, okay, what you want to do? When you want to do it? What you want to do? The one time Keisha told me no, I told Keisha, I said, Keisha, you know what?
I didn't.
Put the hand down. Put the hand down. I I was like, Keish, you know what? I've been really thinking about it, and you know what? I really want to do comedy. Like, I'm gonna do. No, ma'am.
I was so supporting it.
That thing said, no, ma'am.
First of all,
she
it did
gonna
not
say,
come to me that way.
She gonna say,
It did not come to me that way. It
She's
was
gonna
not
say,
delivered
you
that
funny
way.
to us.
I did say that. I did say that.
She's like, no, ma'am. You funny to us. You know.
But look, that wasn't. I so said that. But the way she presented it to me was, I didn't know, first of all, I didn't know she was that serious. Because I do always support my friends in whatever endeavor they try to do. So I didn't know she was that serious. But my fear or my doubt with the whole comedy thing is, I've seen so many people, even with singing or whatever their little public career is, are amazing amongst three people. But when you put them in front of 1,000 people when they're not ready, then that failure creates the doubt that they don't ever want to do it again.
And for the record,
and so I did not want her to
She
experience
killed it, though.
She definitely killed it.
For the record.
And I have been completely supportive. Even when she said she was going to do it, I made sure I was at the show.
She was there. I made sure she was there because I said if she wasn't there, I was going to do a whole set just on Keisha.
I ain't hear that part.
Well,
She told Kirsten that.
Yeah, we had talked before. We went over a couple of her different things. I was like, oh my God, you should do it. You are so funny. I didn't even say
And see, that's the thing you try to
She is hilarious. She is hilarious.
It ain't never been nobody around me in my whole entire life that has never thought I was funny.
I always think you're funny.
So why you didn't think I could do it?
I thought
See,
you
that's where
could
the doubt
do it.
came from.
No, I thought you
It's the
could
doubt
do
come
it.
from other people.
It
See,
do.
when she
It
said
It do.
she had
I
saw
knew
other
that
people,
you
blah,
could
blah,
do
blah.
it.
So she gonna
But
doubt
I
me
didn't want
She
you
planted
to,
that
I didn't
seed
want,
in your
I didn't want
head.
you to
And I was
turn
like,
and then that's where it came
with
from.
that seed. I was
But
like,
she did that.
here's the real question.
She did
How
that.
do we prevent ourselves
She
from
did.
actually getting, like, accepting those seeds and, like, putting it more? It's like more pressure on me. It's like, you know what? I want to be a professional dancer. Then Keisha be like, girl, I don't know.
Okay.
First of all,
Girl,
I
don't
know.
shoot me as a negative person because that is so
I don't know.
not me.
What you
Okay?
think? And I'm like, well, I've been dancing my whole life. Why you don't think I'm good enough?
I would never.
I don't know.
That.
I've seen plenty of dancers that
Right.
fail.
Right. I never told Zan that. I never told Zan that I saw plenty of people in the bar. I never told her that.
They don't fail, girl. They never got
they
that
didn't fail, girl. They didn't get back up.
Molly, girl, you in danger.
Molly.
So, but for the record, I
How
never
would we
told
do
Zan
this?
that. I never told her she would fail at comedy. I was
She
just
just told me
not.
don't do it.
I was just not
a big fan.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wasn't 0 to 100 on that particular idea.
But
I was always supportive.
But you
of
know
it.
what? It's a good thing that I was.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if I wasn't, that would have crushed me. Because
Yeah.
Keisha has been 1,000%. That's why I said.
So what was that
anything you
process?
say-
That's what I'm asking
What?
right there. So
When I
Keisha
wasn't
basically
100, when I didn't go
you're
0 to
failure.
100. I
Don't
didn't.
do
Don't
it.
say that.
girl, they gonna boo you.
I feel horrible.
Don't do that,
Because
girl.
I never said that.
Molly, girl, you in
You
danger.
in danger, girl.
Girl, that's not a career for you. I wouldn't do it without
Listen.
you.
My reaction was really I thought that I was protecting you. That was my reaction. Molly, girl.
Don't do
You
it,
might be
Molly.
in danger, girl.
Girl, I went to a show
I
last week. They
need to
throwing
protect
bombs.
you from all of that. I need to protect you from all of
But
that.
see, the reason why it didn't deter me is because I know that she has supported me through everything.
And I was still supporting.
And I know I'm funny.
Yeah.
So I just really had to prove to her that you're going to support me on this one too. And when you're going to support me
She
on 50
did
11
that.
things,
She
you're
did
going to
that.
support me on this one too.
She did
So
that.
it just motivated me.
Even, let me say
Because
this
I knew
too.
she wasn't, I knew it didn't come from a bad place. Because like I
yeah.
said, she's always supportive. I was kind of taken aback though. Because I'm like, you said no? You said no? Someone said, what, Keish? But I was like, okay.
Come on, say what?
I was like, okay, just watch. Yeah. I was like, out of all things, you gonna say no to that?
But, you know, I mean, in my defense, if it was presented like a serious, because when she said it, we were just all kind of just laughing, joking, and we
I
always
said it a couple times.
we always joke about how funny somebody is at a particular moment. We were like, "Ooh, girl, you need your own little HBO special. Where your 30-minute show at?" So I didn't know at the time how serious she was, but she showed me. She proved showed and proved how serious she was. And it doesn't matter if I agree or not. I'm going to support my friends in whatever they do, whether I technically agree or not, because that's just the type of friend I am.
And
I'm
I think the
there.
lesson in that is that whatever it is that you are trying to do or you believe that you can do or whatever, you have to be, I would say, and what I've learned and what my advice would be is to get secure in it first before you go tell anybody or share it with anybody. That way, no matter what their reaction is, it's not going to deter you or knock you down from what you're trying to do.
What you do can't be dependent on others.
Right, exactly.
That's when the doubt comes in. If what you decide to do or what you want to do is dependent on your circle or people around you or the outside world, then doubt has the ability to creep in. So I agree. I totally agree with that. I think you have to be definitely secure in who you are, what you want to accomplish, and then when you share that with others, they're either going to get on board or they're going to support you from afar.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me that I learned just in growing up and just in this process and all of that. I know KG can probably attest to this because we're the same sign. I can do 14 teams. Like, I can do everything.
Yeah.
Like, not because I went to school for it or whatever. It's just, I just am built that way. I can see it. You can show it to me or give me the concept and I can do it. Which makes it hard because I want to do everything, you know? And when I'm all over the place, it's like I can't just grab one thing to love. So that might make people around me think that, oh, well, you always doing something. Like, it's just, so the support that I need or want isn't there.
It's those kind of responses that I just be like, okay, well, so what? I want to be a lawyer, a doctor, and a dancer.
But don't you think I can do all of it?
I can be practicing while I'm doing surgery.
Right, exactly. I could be in there like 5, 6, 7, 8.
New heart.
I don't know if I balance y'all out because it's so much in Pisces, but I think I can do everything too. But the Capricorn in me is more structured. Like I want to be able to. Yes, I can do that, but I need to do it this way. I have to be organized and structured this way. And you guys,
my brain don't work like that.
Yeah, in my eyes, you guys are like, I can do all of this at the same time, and if I do it all at the same time, it has to be organized in order for me to do it all at the same time.
See, that's me now. When I was younger, I could. You could say this, you could say that. I could be all over the place. Now that I'm older, it got to be like, no, let me structure this, and then let me structure that, and then now I can do everything.
I'm okay with, if this even makes sense, organized chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of came from my nightlife, my times in the club. You know, it's very chaotic in the club, especially when you got VIPs and front door and all of this. You know what I'm saying? You guys know, you got to work with it. It's very chaotic. And I used to tell Dino all the time, like, I know it's going to be things that happen random at the club because that's what happens. But before I go in, I have to have some type of organization. So when the random happens, I'm able to pull from what's organized and make this random organized. Right. And that's just how I am. I mean, I have my hands in a couple of different things, but it has to have some type of streamline, some type of organization. And even if I can be a doctor, a lawyer, and a dancer, I can only be a doctor between this time on this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's in my mind. That's how it is. So not that just kind of circle it back to the whole who taught you doubt thing. Nobody can tell you as an individual what you're capable of. Right? So don't allow them to throw that on you and create that doubt, because you can be a doctor even if it is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah, and that's easy to say, but you got to think if you're, especially younger. I mean, maybe older you have a little bit more, like you can't tell me. But as a younger child, if somebody has this aspiration and then you got somebody that's like, girl, you can't, or girl, you know what I'm saying? That's hard for a younger person to be able to, you know what I'm saying? And then that stacks up upon things. So by the time they are
that goes back to the society. You know, like my failure in whatever it is starts to be depicted on what I tell other people. Mm-hmm. Just like, prime example, just like with the comedy. It wasn't my failure, but because I had seen so many people fail and saw how that affected them, then I put that down in you like, just because I didn't want to see you hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with your capability. Right. You know what I'm saying? Of doing it. So it's
just the fear of me being hurt. It's that protection thing.
So the reality,
even in that can be that. Even in that though, that can be damaging. You know, because if you think, like, a lot of our parents have taught us doubt indirectly.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to protect us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go do this because of that. Don't go. And now you, like, scared. Ooh, I can't do, all of these things because my mama said or my daddy said.
And the crazy part is, I don't know if people realize that they're doing it. Like, I think, like, society just kind of trickles down and becomes a doubtful world. People just start fearing. That's why you have so many people that are motivational speakers and try to tell you to step outside of that, and saying to push you to greatness, because
it's become a norm, I think.
Yeah.
People to just doubt or expect to be doubted. That's where you get the hater thing. Everybody's a hater,
Everybody's not.
But I just think it's just so normal for people to doubt. That's why people are surprised when someone is supportive, when someone is, even just say, like we talked about earlier, just with you calling everybody sunshine. Most of the people ain't even used to nobody saying hi to them or saying nothing to them in the morning, let alone, hey, sunshine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, we're not
after
used
my
to
coffee.
But we're not used to that. And on the average, and I would probably say, I mean, outside of, a couple people in my family, and probably when I got to college, that little block in between, there wasn't people in my life really saying you can do this, or you don't mostly have motivational people in your life telling you what you can't do. Most of the time, you run into people that's telling you what you can't do or what you shouldn't do, or that you this, that, and the third. So it is different, and that's why I'm glad that I do have friends and family that do say the supportive things that you need to hear, and just to know it,
I think I was definitely blessed, because I can't recall a time when my parents told me I couldn't do something that I wanted to do. Other than, a regular parent, like, you can't go out.
Right.
Yeah. But I meant, like, as far as develop-wise, I don't recall that. And I hear people say that all the time, sometimes your family is a hindrance, sometimes your family puts doubt in you and your abilities. And I'm just blessed that nobody in my family has ever told me no. You know what I'm saying? They haven't said,
only
don't
thing
do
my
that.
family used to tell me that I would never get married and have children. That was a lie.
Really?
But when I was younger, they
Well, you
like,
know what? They
girl,
never
you
said
too
that, but I'm
mean.
sure they might think that.
Yeah, they was like, you too mean, and you too this, and you too that, and you.
I think
but I was fine with that, because at that age,
I
didn't want
like, I don't know if that was the best decision. I don't know if you really should do that.
Oh,
I don't know too much about that, but I don't know about it.
It's
like,
a lot of I don't know.
Yeah.
But what do y'all know?
Okay.
Like, what do you know?
Can you let me find out and tell you this?
Right,
Like,
right.
I mean, I guess you could go to college. I guess. I mean, you gonna be working too? Like,
Right.
it's like they try to add in extra stuff. Like,
You're
this,
doing this,
Right.
and
So you gonna do both of them?
it's stressful right now. Like, it's too much.
I know I've heard my dad say a lot of times, from his cycle, he know his dad worked to give him what he didn't have. And that's usually how parents are. So my dad did what he could do to make sure that I had better than what he had.
Right.
And if ever God blesses me with kids, I plan to do the same thing. Even the kids around me, you know what I'm saying? Like my nieces and nephews, I try to encourage them to do, more than me, better than me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the lineage. You want somebody to do that. That's the whole point of protecting your child and teaching them and molding them so that they can grow to be better. And so finding a way as a parent, a aunt, a friend, a neighbor, coworker, to not to instill doubt in the process of raising or encouraging is a difficult balance for some
And you
people.
know what? This just made me think, like my sons, they are extremely, extremely talented. And for some reason, and their friends too, I don't know if it's just their generation, they don't receive that. I don't care how many ways I'll tell them that they can do everything, and they can do this and that, and they're great and they're good, and I can say it till I'm blue in the face. And they just, it's like I'm speaking a whole different language. I send them clips and everything. It's like it's so hard for them to sink in that they can do things. Like, and it's their friends, and I'm like, I don't know if
think
it's
that they
because,
can't do anything?
I don't know if it's that they don't think that they can't, but they're not
Motivated
Yes.
to be like better?
To press forward and
press
whatever
forward
it is.
to it. Yeah, I don't know if it's because they want it so fast or what
Oh,
it
that
is,
instant.
but I noticed that, and I'm like, it just gets tiring, because I hate to see certain situations where they're down, or I can hear conversations where they're talking with their friends and everything comes out of their mouth negative. And I'm like, why do you got to tear each other down? Isn't that your friend? Isn't that your, I tell my kids sometimes, like, you know what, I wouldn't even be your friend. If I, why do you got friends? Because they be on the game saying the meanest things, and it's like they tear each other down. So it's like when I'm speaking to them, and that's what I'm battling, because they're tearing each other down all day long.
Yeah,
it's just difficult.
Let's check in with the comments. I know they booming.
So I'm gonna start with the comment first, and then move to the question.
Okay.
So first comment: as a kid, you don't know what you're capable of. You're just starting to learn. Mm-hmm. As an adult, you know what your capabilities are. I don't think it's doubt or fear. Take Kirsten's example about the splits. As a child, I tried them, but as an adult, no way in hell. Because I know I can't do them. I'm not afraid nor doubtful. I just know I can't do them.
Also, it's not a doubt or fear.
Not a doubt.
She just knows her capability.
Right.
I agree with that.
But
I kind
of don't.
Because if you kept doing splits from your childhood up, you can still do it.
If you started now and start stretching, you can still do it.
Oh, I agree with that.
Okay.
Don't ask me to show you, though.
All right.
Don't ask me to show you. Not great.
We don't want you to do it.
Y'all gotta know hospital right now.
Don't let us talk you into hurting you.
It's not time to get sick.
But we ain't put no doubt on you.
No, we ain't put no doubt. We saying if you feel like that you believe
if you
that
feel like it, I'm in total support. I'll pick you up if I need to.
Okay.
I'll carry you down there.
Yeah, okay. I agree with this. You just know what you can do, what you
can't do.
You're maybe not the best at.
The biggest thing is you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not allowing somebody else to kind of put that on you. Like, they can't do it.
And I
so
say
they're
as
trying to
adults
tell
too,
you.
though, it's a lot of stuff that we probably still could do, but we just ain't for it right now.
And that's okay. That ain't doubt. That's just you saying no.
Yeah. It's not necessarily that you can't do it. It's just you making a choice.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying
I'm not
no.
interested in doing that anymore.
You heard that, Shannon, right? Okay, so our first question, Josh said, does doubt paralyze your fear? I'm sorry, your faith.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think the biggest hurdle to overcome doubt is your faith. Like Zan said earlier, just being secure in what you want to do before you branch out to other people, that's part of your faith. You know what I'm saying? Understanding what God has for you, your purpose and your plan and your desires, and making sure that you're secure in that, knowing exactly what he has for you, and then following him through the plan and not allowing somebody else to drop those doubts in you when you already know securely that your faith has told you that this is what God has for you and this is what you're supposed to do, then I feel like you're battling faith and doubt or faith and fear.
Yeah, because I think faith is the exact opposite. In order to have faith, you have to believe. Mm-hmm. And if you have doubt, then you don't believe. So it's the direct opposite. So you just got to get in the middle and figure that thing out, work that thing out.
And no, I think another thing too, you have to know that there is going to be doubt. Like society is now set up for that. We've just talked about all the instances of how it creeps in. You know what I'm saying? So even in your faith, you got to know that there are going to be people and things that are going to show you that it's a doubtful way, or that's going to show you doubt. And so you just have to be prepared for that. It all starts with the secureness, though, that faith and knowing.
I think if you are more secure in yourself and you doubt yourself less, then you will care less about other people's doubt. That's me.
That's a good segue into the next question.
I like it.
Because the next question is, can doubt also be an issue with confidence?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Definitely. You can't be confident if you don't think you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
What that look like?
That go all the way back to that securing self, that self-care.
I'm trying to picture that in my mind.
What confidence and doubt look like.
I don't know. It's just like, I think it's more of like, because there's so much doubt that I don't know if I'm confident that I really can do this, is what I think they're trying to say.
And, sometimes people have confidence in different aspects of their life. Like, I may be very confident in my ability to do my job, but I may not be so confident in my smile or the way I dress or my appearance. You know what I'm saying? So confidence can be in different aspects.
I'm confident in a lot of stuff about me, but I don't feel like everyone gets it. So that's my doubt. I feel like I'm good, but once I like come outside of me, then I'm lost. Like, because everybody has like, oh, well, what?
And
I'll be like,
don't see you.
I'll be like, never mind. Let me go back in. Never mind.
You feel like other people don't see you how you see you.
Yeah. Or not even how I see me, but even close in, like in the realm, in the vicinity. It's like if my thought processes are, I think this way and they think this way, it's like they're like, ooh, that's so weird, or ooh, that's just like my random facts. Just say that.
But what's the point? I mean, it's okay to be different or weird. So
I don't have a problem with
me.
I personally don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, when I go out and interact with people that aren't used to me or a person like me, then they have these little things to say. Good thing I'm cool with me because it would make me feel certain.
Oh, I feel that way, but I feel like it's the opposite
that.
Of me. That's where like my confidence comes down. Like I'm so confident. Like when I'm here, the ideas are here. It makes sense to me.
Right.
But then I'm like, oh, what do you guys think of this? And then it's just like, so nobody gets what I was trying to say.
Right. Exactly. So y'all don't get
nobody gets it. Nobody
so
understands.
maybe I was wrong. That's what
Yeah. So then I'm like putting that doubt on myself. Like, well, maybe did I look at this right, or maybe is this the wrong audience? Y'all never gonna get it. And that's what I don't know yet, because I'm like, I'm too busy asking the same people for validation, and I don't really need it, because I obviously know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't know what I'm talking about.
And that's where I'm at right now. I'm good with it. It's like, I am good with what I know. I'm good with my random facts. If you don't know my random facts, and you're not hip to my random facts, that's on you. But I'm still gonna have my random facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's where I want to be. That's where I'm striving to be. And hopefully within these next 30 days of self-care,
you're gonna get there. Girl.
I'm going to get there.
All right, so listen, let's bring it all together.
Yes.
Right? And like, so we started off the whole conversation with who taught you doubt. And I was going to say that Mocha says that doubt is something that's already existent in our society. So the biggest thing for you is to make sure that your faith outweighs your doubt. Be secure in yourself and know that doubt has no place when you have faith. Thank y'all for watching. Holla at y'all later. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you comment below. Stay tuned for next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern.